We're now going to practice converting linear distances. In particular, we want to convert 100 miles to feet. To convert 100 miles to feet, we begin with our first value of 100 miles. If it helps, we can think of that as 100 miles over 1. We know we want our end result to be feet. So we need to multiply by a fraction that will compare how many feet are in a mile. It is known that 5,280 feet are equivalent to 1 mile. In multiplying these two fractions, we will have the miles in the numerator and the miles in the denominator cancel. So we'll be left with 100 times 5,280 feet. Multiplying those together, we end up with 528,000 feet. And so we conclude with a statement that 100 miles is 528,000 feet. Next, we want to convert 100 miles to meters. There are two ways to approach this one. Given the work that we've done in the first part of this question, we can make use of the fact that we know 100 miles is the same thing as 528,000 feet. And we will multiply that by some fraction that relates feet to meters. Again, we'll begin by thinking of these 528,000 feet over 1, and we want to multiply by a fraction that will have feet in the denominator and meters up in the numerator. It is known that 1 meter is approximately 3.281 feet. Now, when we do this calculation, because that is an approximate relationship, I will say that this approximately equals so many meters. But the idea being this: the feet in the numerator and the feet in the denominator will cancel, and this will leave me with 528,000 over 3.281 meters. Throwing that into a calculator, this becomes approximately 160,926.55 meters. Just to quickly show another approach, we could have started back at the beginning with 100 miles over 1 and multiplied by that ratio that converted these miles to feet. So again, multiplying by that 5,280 feet over 1 mile, which in then turn we would have multiplied by the same 1 meter compared to 3.281 feet. Had we gone that route, we would have had the same ultimate calculation, because the miles in the first numerator and the miles in the second denominator would have canceled, the feet in the second numerator and the feet in the third denominator would have canceled, and we would have been left with 100 times 5,280 up in the numerator, divided by 3.281 in the denominator, recognizing that that is still an approximation, and we would have finished with meters. So the calculation would turn out to be the same. The only difference between the approaches is, had we done that first calculation in the first part of this question or not? And we will finish with a statement. 100 miles is about 160,926.55 meters.